Evening or welcome to Dust, and today we have an interesting snippet for you. This is tanking done well. Yes, I'm being arrogant because it's me doing it, but this was an interesting match against, I would say, to be fair, a better team. They were very, very good indeed, but what was interesting about them was their complete lack of ability to kill this tank, which actually lost them the game. So keep watching. That's the subtext of this whole flipping episode. Is we were basically being beaten. So as you can see on the MCC scores, we were losing, and I thought, you know, F it, great big capital letters, F it, I'm bringing a tank in. And I just thought the tank would be there for a few minutes just to divert a bit of attention. Maybe we could kind of then, you know, push for the point, etc. And what happened was I basically just do my little race car round and round and round, and we win the match. There you go, sport the end for you, but never mind. I think it was obvious we were going to win, really, wasn't it? And all it became was just this incredible match where we just ripped the hell out of our enemy because we had a tank. Now, observe, fair viewer, how many of their team switched to swarms, forge guns, AV grenades, and you will just see what is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game. This was probably one of my best tanking games ever. It's not the highest scoring, but in terms of damage, my god, they came close to killing me a good few times. But just again, the power of that blaster, the power of this tank, and the psychological damage it does was more than enough to make this team completely lose this round entirely. It could well have been that I was in the tank as well, because I think it's fair to say, was known to a number of these people, and I think their desire to get a Pyrex tank kill would probably, again, would have been a good, nice trophy for them. But I think this also led to a fair amount of hubris. That's hubris, which actually ended with them, I guess, losing the game. Because again, when you become too focused, it's tunnel vision all the damn time, where people just get completely like, they get so focused on the target, or a particular fit, or there's a scout around, you want to kind of kill that scout, whatever it is, tanks mostly, you get fixated on it, and therefore you have to kill it. Dropships get this as well for some strange reason. Dropships just seem to I guess get a huge amount of ire and hate. And you can see, I mean, this is a great example. Look at that, how close did that come there? That was pretty effing close. And I think this is part the fun of the game, is that you can completely change the whole match by having a fit, a single unit, a tank, that pretty much just dominates them. Now, Delboy was in his tank, and eventually they do actually call in a railgun hunter, a tank hunter, to come kill me. And you'll see what we do with him as well. But I think just certainly this is a great example of what a tactical, very tactical game Dust can be at times. And I think hopefully people really do acknowledge that. I think just again, all you see I'm doing is round and round and round. They did, I think, try proximities, but we were scanning. As you can see, I'm scanning, and our team were killing them. So, having that scanning going as well did seem to, I guess, keep me alive. Look at that, they orbitaled me and they got me. So I did lose one tank, and I did forget that. But well, look, we go straight back to the point. Now, again, what happens right on the point that I don't see, but I'm being told about, is they are actually now hacking. They're actually refitting back from AV fits. They're fitting into anti-tank fits. So we bring in another tank. Now, I mean, somebody actually called me a tank spammer for doing this. Am I a tank spammer if I lose one tank and just bring in another? I think I wouldn't have brought in another one if they'd have killed this one, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment. But I think that was a great example of where I think, again, you kind of have to wonder why people get so ragey about this kind of thing. To me, I think there's nothing funnier than just using the assets as attributed to you and getting some damage done. And look at that, we go straight to the hill where we know that the forge gunner is, and we put some damage on him. Now, he is a very, very good chance of killing me here. Bang, look at that. But every time he's doing this, and I just ran a dude over. Now, that was funny. But I think at every point, you're just having a good fight. And this was probably one of the best fights we had all night. Now, I think you can't really say fairer than that, can you? I think that is really the point of the game, is to have good matches. Now, I do wonder if some people think that a good match is an easy match. It certainly isn't for me. An easy match is a boring match. An easy match is the worst match. I would even rather lose a match, again, have a really good fight than win it and just have no contest at all, because no contest is boring. People log off when there's no fight. You know, people play this game to have a really challenging fight, and I think that's certainly what's going on here. And as you can see, we've just been stripping their forge gunners. They lost a lot of prototype forge gunners, that I do know. And unfortunately, they now have a railgun tank on the ridge. So what we're doing here is we're waiting for our Blueberry. There he is. Hello, Mr. Blueberry. To go kill that tank, because he's obviously got a railgun that can take on this other tank. There he is to the top right. Did you see him? I just got a little shot on him. That tanker is desperate to kill us. Desperate to kill us. And they've even called in a blaster tank on the ground as well. So a wonderful, wonderful kind of fight is emerging here. And as you can see, it's pretty even. It's looking pretty good for us. Look at that, that's the tank there. Hello, we see you. But that's just a great, look at that, they're even shooting me with a blaster at this range. What are they doing, eh? I think you can't ask for matches like this. You really can't. Look at that. So there's another tank there. And matches like this really are what I think I play the game for. And I think that, you know what, not much more you can say really. That is the point of this kind of game. You usually use vehicles to escalate a fight, I find. Usually it's just infantry, and then somebody will call in a tank, and that then forces the hand of somebody else to then go and get a tank as well. So it's quite an interesting situation most of the time, where all of a sudden you get a kind of rock paper scissors effect, where people will say, oh, well, I've got a blaster tank, so let's call in a railgun tank and sit on the red line and kill that blaster tank. And then, probably chances are, once they've killed me, they'll put it away. So here we go, look at that. That's that blaster tank. We make a move on him. As you can see, Del Boy's just destroyed him utterly. He just absolutely wiped him out, and then Del Boy's in big trouble. So we then get undercover because the railgun's shooting us again. So, it's pretty cool. I mean, again, this is definitely the kind of match that we want to have. We want these kind of matches. Now, you'll notice our team is also bringing in railguns to kill that railgun. So look at that, as you can see, that railgun is now dead, so we now get our orders to move in. Beautiful, isn't it? Lovely bit of warfare there. I mean, I couldn't operate with that tank there. Now that tank's gone, I can, and we can push to the point, and we can make ourselves a real nuisance of ourselves and pretty much get the point back. So at this point, I'm screaming on comms, move forward, get the point, I'll cover you, tank's in, don't worry, we're there. And this is, oh, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? You can't, you can't really... There is no game like this, and I think that'll be my biggest fear, is when Dust eventually does go, if it does go, and which I'm sure one day it probably will, that if they don't replace it with something as tactical and as clever as this game, and I guess open and engaging, then I do worry that this is going to be the end of it, and then you'll be locked into Battlefield 4, which is really the only game with this kind of tank, aerial unit infantry kind of combo. I don't really count PlanetSide as kind of anywhere similar to this. I think PlanetSide is an open world sandbox MMO kind of shooter, which is not what Dust is, nor should it be trying to be. Legion will be similar, but I guess that'll be it should still have the Dust elements. But again, it worries me that you could have a situation in Legion where it would be impossible to get this kind of combination together. So there we go, look, our friendly tanker brought in yet another tank to try and stop us, to push us off the point, but at this point we're already right at their ridge, so it's pretty evident that they were going to have a hard time getting us off this ridge, and as you can see, just literally killing anything that comes my way. We're winning the clone battle, we're also winning the MCC battle, and they were just throwing huge quantities of Iskers just to try and win. And again, we always notice, we see when people do this, and we do question to ourselves, why are they using Proto? Why are they doing that? Why are they trying to do this? Why are they trying to do that? And generally it's because they think I'm recording. That's usually number one. Seriously, people think I'm recording, and they're like, right, let's just throw everything we've got at him. Everyone. And it's like, no. They send me a message afterwards like, oh my god, brilliant fight, were you recording? And the answer is, ooh, no, I wasn't actually. Sorry about that, bro. And I do feel bad because I would like to record everything, but I've got to admit I am running out of space, so I generally don't. A good example of this is we had a really good series of fights in Ambush. We were just playing Ambush, and I was just running Logi, and Stefan was running a tanked suit. There we go. His tank's dead again. Boosh. And all we were doing was just basically just playing Ambush. That was it. And we had some amazing fights. But did I record them? No. Should I have recorded them? Absolutely, because they were really, really good fights, and I think this is the irony of the whole thing. But anyway, alas, look at this. They got a final hack on. They threw even more suits away in a very, very vain attempt to win. The reality is that they can't win now. The MCC will pretty much wipe them out. Although they did a good job on the clone battle. But there we go. It's over. What a battle that was. And I did lose one tank, so I apologise if I said I didn't. I remembered I did. But either way, this is the kind of battle that we want to have. And as you can see, that was just worth every penny. And I think if we can get a few more like this, that'd be good. Now, I did get a little bit of hate, a little bit of anger from the enemy team. So, you know, I'm just going to say, dudes, don't be a hater. It was a good battle. Let's just enjoy the battle. And I just sent this guy a GG because, well, it was a GG. It really was a GG moment. No troll face. Honestly. So there we go. If all battles were like this, I think this game would have done a lot better than it did. But anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.